So, as you guys may know, I am going to camp today. So this is more of just going over the past memories that I've had and made at camp. Because camp is my happy place, and I like to share it with people. I like to share my memories that I've made and the people I've met, and just talk about the stories that I've got. So this is what this video is going to be about. It is just me talking about memories that I have had from camp. So the camp that I'm going to is Triangle Y Camp. It holds a place near and dear to my heart. It's my comfort place because it's a place that I was actually wanted for once, and it made me happy. So, my first year at camp, there is a dance every Wednesday night, and I had made a friend that year. It was my first year ever at camp, and at the dance, my friend kind of abandoned me to go and hang out with some other people, and I just didn't want to, and they didn't really offer, and honestly, I get it. Like, yeah, maybe it's sort of my fault for not wanting to go and anything, but, I was a shy kid. It was my first year at camp. So later that night at the dance, one of the counselors, who I'm just not going to name for privacy reasons, came up to me and said, "Would you like to dance for a bit?" Something along those lines. And I did, and he helped to form camp to be what camp is to me. And so that night is a very memorable night. And the first year, too, this counselor, he came and sat by me at the closing night ceremony. He didn't choose to sit with his cabin. He chose to come and sit by me. And that made me so happy. Like, I can't explain in words how happy it made me feel. Another memory at camp is every year we all get a paddle that we get to paint, and at the end of the week, they brand it with the sign and then make little marks on the, like, handle type part of it, to show how many years you've been to camp. And this being, like, my 6th year going, I am honestly looking very forward to it. I was hoping to be an LIT this year, but don't have my driver's license yet, so. But when I'm saying this is each counselor, you get to go up to counselors the night, or a night, I don't remember what night specifically, but a night, and they sign your paddle for you. And it is a policy, you cannot read what they write until you leave the gates, otherwise you will be cursed. It is just a little Triangle Y thing, but yeah. And so my grandpa was coming to pick me up my first year, and as I was saying with the counselor, I didn't get him to sign my paddle during the time when, the counselors were supposed to sign the paddles, and it's because he is, like, a very popular counselor at the camp. He's very well known and liked at the camp, but he came outside to stop my grandpa from driving away just to come and sign my paddle, and that made my day because I was about to start crying because he couldn't sign it. And it's not that he didn't want to, it's just his line was so long. I stood there the entire time, got, like, barely any signatures because I was just waiting to get to him, and that never happened. So he straight up came and stopped my grandpa from taking me back home just to come and sign my paddle for me. Like, even the pen didn't stop him. The pen was, like, so worn down, it just didn't want to work. But he made it work. Just a heads up, most of these memories are from my first year at camp. So, because first year at camp was honestly probably one of the better years. I'm saying, like, in terms of memory-wise. Otherwise, I kind of do tend to forget a bit. But one of the years, I believe it was, like, my 3rd year, this counselor wasn't there for the week that I went, and that kind of brought me down a bit. And so I made friends with another counselor at the archery range, and me and him called each other archery buddies. And it was kind of funny because the next year, that was like literally like last year, I believe. So he straight up, he was the cook that year. And so I didn't realize it was him. And so hold on, let me contain myself. Literally, when it came to signing paddles, like right before we did the signing the paddles, he was like, don't forget to have me sign your paddle. And I was just like, who are you again? And he said, it's me, your archery buddy. And I was just like, oh my god, I forgot. This is probably one of the funniest moments I've had, because I straight up just had like one of those moments of like, oh my god, how did I forget? Like, I remember the memory, I just forgot the person. Which obviously is not the greatest thing. But yeah, so, after camp, I will hopefully have a video on the memories and the stories that I've got for this week of camp. But this is all I've really got for now. This is more of just a little go-over for you guys to get an idea of what camp is like for me. Yeah, it was mainly just me talking about the counselor, but he made camp what it is for me, and I will always be grateful for that. He's been there every other year besides that 1 year that I was telling you about. So sorry if it sounds like I'm talking on call. Oh my god, I'm so awful at this. I'm also trying not to make this too long, as it's also slightly one of my first ever, like, side commentaries I'm uploading. So I'm not gonna make this long. So I'm gonna try and keep it at, like, 10 minutes max. So I'm just gonna leave it here. So bye-bye, peeps!